Hi, this is Robert with Space Age Consulting, and welcome to our review of 3 different on-camera monitors. I shoot video on a JVC LS GY300. Great camera. It's an interchangeable lens camera, 35mm sensor, shoots great video. But it doesn't come with the greatest screen. It's hard to get really good detail out of this camera's monitor, so I started to look at some low-cost monitors that I can get, external monitors that I can use on the camera. So as I was looking for a couple of different on-camera models to check out, I came across a Feelworld FW760 monitor. It came in at a pretty decent price and it had the features that I was looking for. But I just so happened to get a call from Sandy Audio Visual, who had a couple of on-camera monitors that they wanted me to test out. So along with the Feelworld monitor, I'm going to be taking a look at the Blackmagic Design Video Assist 4K and the Must HD 7-inch monitor. So let's take a look at these on-camera monitors, test them against each other, and then come to the conclusion about which of these monitors works better for the type of production we do here at Space Age Consulting. Starting with the Must HD 7-inch monitor, you'll see that it comes with quite a few items. It comes with a lens hood attached. It comes with a power supply, a remote control. It is the only one that comes with a remote control. It comes with an HDMI cable. It is mini HDMI to full HDMI. And it also comes with an attachment, a ball head attachment for the monitor. Next, we have a Feelworld FW760. This unit also comes with a lens hood, a mini to full-size HDMI cable, with a ball head, and, not pictured, the power supply. Interestingly enough, this model also comes with a cleaning kit. And the Blackmagic Video Assist 4K comes with the least of all. It comes with the monitor itself, a power supply, and some adapters for the power supply to be used with different outlets. That's it. Here is the rear panel of the Must HD. You see that it has the multiple inputs, the SDI input and output. It also has component ins for video and audio. And here Victoria is showing us the HDMI inputs and outputs, and they have an extra feature not included with the other monitors. You can actually lock in your HDMI cable to avoid that mishap where the cable plugs out. We also have a battery plate. You can utilize Sony NPF batteries for when you do not have access to AC power. So that is an excellent feature to have. Each of these monitors do have battery plates, so this alone doesn't set it apart, but it is removable. On the front of the unit, you see that it comes with a lens hood attached, an easy to fold out unit, which can help keep the sun from hitting your screen if you're trying to work outside. It's a nice feature to have it attached in this way right out the box, easy to fold down. But if you did not like it, it is easily removable. Just by pushing up on the unit itself, it pops right off. Now we get into the actual menu of this system, and I will say this was my least liked menu system. I found there was a bit of redundancy with some of the buttons. Some of the buttons are assignable, most are not, but the assignable buttons seemed to just replicate what you already had on the screen. You can turn your audio on and off, you can turn your histogram on and off, and it has focus peaking and false colors. Here you see the false color. The important part is the legend is right up top. That's very crucial to help you easily identify what's exposed correctly and what is not exposed correctly. Now the additional buttons you have can turn on scaling. So even though you have false color, you can still scale your picture. You also have the option to turn on focus peaking. Now we're going to attempt to test out the false color, and we'll see how it helps you set exposure. As you turn on the false color, you see the legend is right there at the top, And you can, just by looking, see that the background is a bit blown out. The foreground, because I'm wearing a black shirt, is really dark. And because of my skin tone, it almost appears as if I'm underexposed. However, that helps you to be able to set your exposure prior to hitting record. As we make some adjustments to the light, now you see what effect it has. Now everything is well underexposed. The background is no longer blown out, so the background is almost properly exposed. Well, sadly enough, my peaking test did not work with the Must HD. The recording didn't come out well, so I'm going to have to skip that at this point. But you can see here the color is fairly reproduced. So moving on to the Feelworld version, we see here the side, instead of the Must HD where the inputs were on the back, on the Feelworld it's on the sides. That's for the USB, that's firmware updates, which I haven't been able to find on the web. You have an on-screen display controller. You have your headphone inputs as well as AV. You can use component cables. However, the unit does not come with component cables. Now, this unit, I left the plastic on the front so you're going to get a sort of glare from it. This unit comes also with a histogram, you can see, and it comes with, you can see all the settings, the input settings listed here. You can also get volume control. Volume control does not matter to me because these are not recording monitors, so I won't be listening through the monitor. The menu system is a bit more old school. However, it is pretty simple to navigate. You have some up and down arrows and some left and right arrows. So it's sort of easy to navigate throughout the menu and make the choices you need. You get 4 function keys that you can use to set features that you want to access quickly. They're the 4 function keys. So if you don't want to have to go through the menu for the 4 specific functions, you can just set them with the function keys. The unit does not have so many options that you cannot find uses for the function keys. There was some complaints that the monitor is slow to react. I'm not sure I found that to be the case. It's not the fastest displaying monitor over HDMI that I've used, but I found it to be adequate. I'm more interested in the focus feature. Am I able to clearly set focus through focus peaking? And will the false colors help me set exposure? This monitor does show you a legend for your false color to help you figure out your exposure instead of just leaving you in the dark. So it'll show you exactly what each color means and what that signifies for your exposure. So we're going to turn Focus Assist on here and give you a chance to see what the unit will do when the picture is actually in focus. As you can see, I have the focus peaking on, and that helps ensure that your subject is in focus. How accurate is it? It appears to be fairly accurate. I think it did a good job of, once the camera had me in focus, the focus peaking worked well on the Feelworld monitor. The zoom works well to help you ensure what part of the focus. Focus peaking, you may have the nose in focus, but the forehead or the eyes are not. And with the zoom feature, you can really punch in and see exactly what is in focus. Lastly, we have the Blackmagic Video Assist 4K. It doesn't come with the most peripherals in the beginning, but it is chock full of power. You can see here on the side where you have the different connections. You have mini XLR, you have SDI, and you have HDMI. On the back of the unit, you see 2 battery inputs and the fan. You cannot really hear the fan while the unit is running. Now here's the actual touch screen. This is the only unit out of the 3 that I'm testing. It's a touch screen. And the touchscreen is fairly responsive. You can see here the display. It has quite a bit of information on the touchscreen. You have here, it shows what your input is, shows what your card setup is like. You have 2 slots for SD cards, and we estimate that you should have top of the line, very fast SD cards for recording at the highest bit rates that this unit can record to. Under your monitor, you have the ability to change your focus assist color as well as how it's displayed. So you see there's quite a few different colors you have: green, white, red, and blue. You can also, under your video settings, is adjust how the monitor shows, the contrast setting, the brightness setting, so it helps you when you're outdoors, as this unit does not come with a lens hood. There are also additional options for audio. Even though this comes with mini XLR, it does not come with the adapters included. You would have to buy the adapter separate to change mini XLR to full-size XLR. Now this unit is once again different than the others because you have the ability to record. So it records in two formats, D and X HD or Avid's format, as well as Apple's ProRes format. Here's an example of the Assist 4K in false color. Unfortunately, this model does not come with a legend. So you're not exactly sure what the different colors mean because it does not come with a legend that stays on the screen. But you can see here as you make an adjustment that the hot spots will be in red, where the darker the color, the less the exposure. So what did we find out? In my opinion, the Feelworld 7-inch, the FW760, actually did pretty well in the test in comparison to the Must HD. Now, the Must HD feels a little bit older in terms of the pushing of the buttons and how you go through the menus and how easy it is to access the different features. I felt that the Feelworld just was a little bit better than it. The video assist with its touchscreen and its additional capabilities puts it ahead, but it of course is at a much higher price point. Its ability to record makes it a better option than the other two. But if we were to just go by the comparison of the false color, the waveform monitors, how easy it is to access the settings, how crystal clear and how crisp the video shows, the Video Assist 4K is still a better option than the other two, than the Must HD as well as the Feelworld on-camera monitor. Now, the downside to the Blackmagic's Video Assist is that there's no legend for the false color. So if you're not extremely familiar with exactly what each color means in the spectrum and how it relates to your exposure, you might forget, and you might have to have an external chart or some piece of paper to do the reference. But the other two monitors come with the legend right on the screen so you can tell what your proper exposure is. I think those are key. Now, the Must HD does have some extra features with it. How you put on the battery plates, how it immediately comes with the lens hood, how it has the locking HDMI cables. Those are all little special touches that I think help the Must HD 7-inch stand out from a slew of other on-camera monitors. When it's my dollars voting, if I could afford it, I would definitely go with the Video Assist 4K. But if I have a smaller budget, then I would tend to go to the Feelworld monitor rather than the Must HD. So that's our conclusion. Once again, we want to thank Sandy Audiovisual for lending us these two models. If you have any needs for your rentals, your streaming video needs, your production needs, go ahead and contact Sandy Audiovisual in Laurel, Maryland, and they can be reached at savweb.com. If you're interested in reaching out to us, leaving comments, please do so below. You can also subscribe to get more tips and tricks and get more reviews such as this. If there's something you'd like us to cover, feel free to send us an email, feel free to write in the comment section below, and we'll go ahead and see if we can cover the features that you're looking for. Stay tuned for more episodes, and here's hoping you see us soon.